my word of advice would be stop lying.
Stop lying.
They lying.
Because you can't, because that lie actually hurts you more in the end. When you have to sit with yourself at the end of the day, or when you have to come around and continue the lie, it gets harder and harder to do that.
And for me, I got to stop laughing at the liars. Because I laugh at them. I laugh at the liars. I sit there. They're everywhere. They're at work. They're in the family. They're in the communities. They just on TikTok. When I see people and I'm thinking, this is the worst. Social media has created a lot of liars.
Liars and hurt people.
I mean, the people that, and this is the sad part, is these people be up there dressed to the gods. Okay? They doing all the things on social media to get a like or whatever. And I'm a social media fan. I'm not against social media. But they ain't got nothing. They ask, as soon as they get done off social media, they kind of ask you for $50. Don't kind of ask me for no money. Don't kind of ask somebody for no money. People are ignoring you for a reason, boo. Don't get mad.
The thing is, they shouldn't even want to call it. You done put this out there. Why are you calling anybody asking them for anything at all?
People text me, I think, can I borrow? I said, check back in 2028. Don't know.
Not 2028.
Because then you have to tell people, like, don't.
Welcome to 1188 Outside the Box podcast, where unconventional wisdom reigns and conversations know no bounds, inspiring curiosity and self-reflection on a journey of personal growth in an authentic space to think freely outside the box. I am your host, T. Liz, and this episode's guest is happiness coach Renee Lewis of Our Lou Ready podcast. Join us as we discuss growth, being happy, being you. Experience the real conversation, real laughs, and a powerful punch of growth and reflection. Let's jump right in.
Hello, Renee. Welcome to 1188 Outside the Box.
Hey, T. Liz. How are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on. Would you like to start out by telling us a little about yourself?
Sure. My name is Renee Lewis. I have been a registered nurse. It'll be 16 years in August. I also, too, have a podcast, the Happiness Coach podcast, Are You Ready? And then I'm also a certified happiness coach. I've been certified since 2022. And then I just recently got my MBA. And I'm certified in entrepreneurship and innovation. So I always look for opportunities to help people that are looking for more innovative ways to enhance their businesses and ideas. So
that's wonderful. What first made you want to be a nurse?
Actually, it was prayer. I prayed one day. I was going to school. I was in college, and I was going to school for political science. I knew after one class that wasn't it. I wasn't going to be committed to lying the rest of my life. And then I switched over to communications. And one day I was in my apartment back in Cincinnati. And I remember just turning everything off and asking God, what is it that I am supposed to be in this world? Because I don't know if somebody want to hear me talk all day. And I heard nurse. And I said, well, if it's your will, Lord, you'll open a door. And what kind of nurse? Because I didn't know there were different types of nursing. And it was just calm, cool voice that just said RN. And then I started that journey. And it's been very good to me. And I feel like it's tied to my ministry.
That's wonderful. How so?
Well, when I was at the bedside full time, I like to take care of the very critical patients. I spent time in the ICU, the ER, cath lab, and very critical specialized areas because I felt like those were the times where people were probably in the most fearful state of mind. And just being able, sometimes I remember going into the ICU and people are intubated and just taking my prayer oil out and anointing their feet or anointing their head and just saying a prayer for them. And just being that advocate and liaison to make sure that they receive safe and reliable care. So I just feel that I'm called by God to do it. I enjoy doing it. I don't have an issue with doing it. And when I left the bedside in 2018, and I started venturing into the corporate world, I sat down and asked God, well, what's going to be my ministry? How am I going to be, how am I going to be effective? How am I going to do your work? And at that point, the Lord just spoke to my heart and said, you will transition from the hands-on to speaking. And then I usually respond back within 24 hours. You will be able to inspire people, motivate people by your words. So there's going to be a shift in the ministry, which sometimes is good, right? Because you're building capability in what you're able to do. So you're able to not only touch that thing, you're able to speak to that thing.
So when you say people, are you speaking to nurses that are putting their hands on people, or?
Okay, so as an occupational health nurse, you look at the environment that the worker is working in. Is it safe? Are they exposed to chemicals? And what is their exposure rate to hearing? You know, a lot of times when people are in a manufacturing setting, they have machines running.
Right.
So we would do like the hearing test.
Yes.
We would do surveillances to make sure, okay, if you're exposed to this chemical or if you're doing this particular job task, you can only do it for so long. Workers' compensation, short-term disability, all these different things that is you kind of think like they have nurses doing that, but they do on a corporate side to help keep down workers' compensation claims.
And suicides.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, stress on the job.
Yep, stress.
The things that don't even come with, like the chemicals or any on-the-job injuries, is what the job might cause mentally as well.
There are communities that need things that we have to offer.
Absolutely.
And it's not just a joke, happiness, and make you laugh. Which I can make anybody laugh. I realize that. I made my mama laugh so many times. I got out of so many whoopings.
And I don't think that you need to. You just do. You just walk in the room and people start laughing.
It is such a blessing to have that as a gift.
To bring happiness. Yeah, because laughter, I believe, laughter heals.
It does.
Laughter saves lives. You can, if you realize, you can laugh in the middle of mourning. You can laugh. I have had people laughing in the middle of mourning. And I thought, and there was times where I'm like, then you feel bad for laughing because like, dang, I'm sad. Why am I laughing at that?
And got them laughing. Like my aunt, we just lost my uncle not too long ago, and my aunt, she was his primary caretaker. And when I called her, I was in tears. And we started talking about how he was over his little business that he had. And how we all work for the business and we still ain't got paid for the business. This man gone, dead and gone. He ain't paid nobody. And she started laughing. And she was like, girl. And then I think the next time I talked to her a week later, and just checking on everybody. And I asked her where my cousin was. And I called my cousin Aunt blah, blah, blah. I was like, where Aunt such and such? Just like, wasn't even thinking about it. And she laughed so hard. She was like, girl, you a nut. And I was like, I wasn't trying to make them laugh, but it is definitely a blessing. And I keep myself pretty upbeat. I do. I make sure that I do what I have to do to keep myself happy, healthy. And that, I mean, I have a therapist that I talk to. I have her laughing. I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be a therapist. But I think she be looking forward to me. I think she looked forward to just knowing what I done did in the last couple of weeks. Because
you probably are her therapy.
Yeah, just to make her laugh. She got a little dog to come in and the dog won't move. And I said, Lord have mercy. I said, her and the dog probably happy to see me. And I just sit there. And there's times where I just be like, you ain't gonna believe this. And she'll say, what happened? And we get done, and there's times I cry because there be stuff going on. I'd be like, I done had enough. I done had enough. What is going on? And she always helps me. But there's most of the times she's probably getting a good kick out of me. I remember the time I was in there and I was going through something, and it is kind of funny. And I was like, you know what? I was such and such place. I was probably at work because work is always that place. And I'm just sitting there like, are these a bunch of nuts or what, to myself? And I said the word nuts. And I stopped and I looked at her and my eyeballs got real big. And I was like, was I supposed to say that word in here? Was I supposed to say that word in here? And she was like, you can say it, I can't say it. And she cracked up herself like, because nursing, you always think about HIPAA and what's the right thing. So I'm sitting there and I was like, I'm just telling you. I'm thinking to myself, these are a bunch of nuts. And I looked at her like, oops. Like I just cussed in front of my mama. Like I had just cussed in front of my mama. And she was like, what's wrong? Can I say that word in here? She was like, yeah. And she couldn't help but laugh. She couldn't. But if I'm bringing her joy, That's cool with me too.
All right, that's all right.
Yes, yes. I had got coached from a guy that is phenomenal, but he's a life coach. And what he did was he sat down with me weekly, and I think we talked every week. He meant business. He meant business. He said, look, before I sit down and coach you, you have to commit to this time because I have a family that I'm taking away time from my family to coach you. I had known him from Ohio. He was my personal coach in the gym. And I had called him when I got here to Georgia, and I was like, look, I gained weight. Can I send you pictures of my food? I need an accountability partner. He's like, I'm not doing that with you. You need to take my coaching. And I was like, okay. And he did. But that's how we used to it up there. You know, you got to give it straight. Like, don't put no cobbler. Don't put it in a cobbler for me. Just give it to me on the plate. Like, this is how it is. So he said, look, I'll give you a discounted price, but you have to commit. And we met every Wednesday. And I don't know if it was like 7 o'clock, 7:30, but I couldn't be late. And I started losing weight off of these conversations, off of being accountable, off of setting goals, no medication, none of these things. And so by the time we were done, and we were only supposed to go 12 weeks, but we actually went longer. And I remember the second time we talked, I cried. He did a timeline regression that made me go back to the limiting belief of where I had this issue. And when we got done, I thought, I could do this. And I was sitting on my back porch, and I started looking through programs, and I went to IAP Career College website, and they had all these life coaching type of things like fashion consultant, interior design coach, and happiness coach. I said, happiness coach? People always tell me I'm funny. So I'm thinking, like, you know what? I could be a certified comedian. And then as I started a certified comedian, so as I started diving into what the definition was, it didn't say anything about a comedian making people laugh.
None of that. Why happy don't have people laughing?
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, how make you happy if I ain't making you laugh? But it was actually inspiring because I realized that I had what it takes to be a happiness coach. Because no matter what I went through in my life or what I go through, because there's still stuff we go through, right? Happiness always finds its way back. And I always put that as the joy of the Lord is my strength. But I realize there's a lot of people that don't understand that even though it may storm today, the sun is coming out tomorrow. And we all see rainbows at different parts of our lives, right? So I sat there, I did the 12-week course, and I was like, got certified, and I said, this is it. And I started building my business. And then I started thinking, how am I going to get this out there to people? And then I tagged on the podcast. So in the time all this was going on, all I had was a notebook. Because I didn't have time. I started an MBA program in August of 2022. Finished this certified happiness coaching in July of 22. It was time to study, get these grades, get this grade point average, finish the job with this MBA. So as I was in school, I really couldn't put time into a podcast because when I do my podcast, there is a certain time, a certain feeling, a certain enlightenment that has to take place in me. I just can't sit down and be like, oh, let me put this podcast together. I have to be in this space because I want to be connected with God to be able to send these messages, right? So all I had time for in 20 months outside of an MBA was jot down my idea, jot down the topic. When I had it, jot it down, because as we were talking about listening, when I went back and if I was listening correctly to God, when he tells me this is a topic, then all I had to do was write down the topic. So when it was time to go back, and I still got like 3 years worth of topics wrote down. I got so many topics. I know what those are about because I heard God tell me, this is what I want you to talk about. So that's how I became a happiness coach.
What is a happiness coach? What is
so a happiness coach? I'm glad you asked. On the for real. A happiness coach is someone that can help you understand that to obtain happiness as a byproduct of life. Embrace everything that happens in your life, the good, the bad, the sad, the ugly, and understand that when things get tough or it seems like you're in this dump, that on the other side is happiness, right? So also understanding what makes you happy. Some things are only going to make you happy short term. That's cool, but you realize that's short term. So the goal for happiness is to have a long term effect, things that make you happy in the long term. So one of the things that is an example, what makes me happy in a long term is giving back, spending time with you. We're talking to our audience, right? Helping you. This makes me feel good. This makes me happy, right? And then also working with clients that need to realize what's stopping them from being happy.
Right.
So when you sit down and you're coaching someone, to me it brings me so much joy. But there's people like my friends and family, they know I'm a coach, but I keep it informal. They're not getting the whole,
of course,
because that's too much, and they like to go in circles.
Yeah.
So you can't coach people that talk in circles. You got to be linear. You got to be ready to break the circle and move forward.
Right. I'll step outside the
Yeah,
box.
yeah. You got to step outside. Yeah. 1188 outside the box. What's up? You ready to step out the box with your happiness coach? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Holla at your girl. So, but it's the truth.
It is.
You got to be able to step out the box, and
You
a lot
do.
of people are so uncomfortable.
And then deal with what resonates as happiness for you, and recognize that what you may have thought was happiness is not, right? Especially the thing that is temporary, because and to me there's a difference between happiness and joy, right? Happiness is fleeting.
Yeah.
Happiness is temporary. It's the joy that can't be taken from you.
That's right. And no matter what you don't have, you're still happy with it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And because then that also is the center of who we are, right? God, right? Knowing that there is a promise, knowing that everything is going to be okay, knowing that the worst of the trials and the depths of the depths, it's going to be okay.
I can coach people like a life coach, because it's actually a certified happiness life coach. So I'm still a life coach, but I focus on our individual's happiness, because I feel like you can be very productive if you have it.
Of course, it's your whole perspective changes. How you look at your experiences and what's happening to you. I have experience, and I'm sure you have too, being down.
Oh yeah.
With this, going through the same situation. Hey, the situation had not changed, but your point of view changes. Be it after prayer, be it after just thinking about the goodness in your life outside of whatever that situation is, to pull you up out of the dumps, because that's what helps me. Like if I'm down about something, or I'm just like, conflicted, or something is not going my way, I just start thinking about everything that is going my way. I start thinking about just the fact that I am alive.
Yeah.
My son happy, and then the list goes on and on and on and on. Like the list is endless when you start talking about the things that are going good in your life.
Yes,
if you're being honest with yourself, right? If you're not trying to hold on to the sadness, because some people sadly live in sadness, or they thrive in anger, right? So
and drama.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
And don't notice that they're always the ones in the middle of the drama. How can you not notice?
Yeah. Some of the things that help me get through tough situations are that what you said, looking at all the things that are going well. And what I like when I face a battle or a circumstance or a situation, like homework, health, whatever, I can just look up and be like, this is a you thing, God. This on you. What you gonna do? I recently had a meeting at work where I was getting constructive feedback at a table with leaders, and what I come to realize, and not per se with my leaders that I'm under now, but the reason I went back for the MBA was because I wanted to know how to lead people effectively. And I this just happened, and we were sitting there, and they telling me this and telling me that, such and such this and such that, and I'm sitting there being my Renee self, just listening. And I remember that it was 3 leaders there, and the 2 was just saying this and this and that, and that and this. And the 3rd leader was just sitting back observing, and it was me. And it was me sitting there observing too. And I'm sitting there, and I told them, I said, this information isn't accurate. Unfortunately, your data's not correct. And they said to me, it is correct. I said, well, I'm just telling you. My nonchalant stuff. And I remember going back to my desk and looking up and saying to the Lord, this is you think. I'm going to keep doing what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here on time. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to be loving. I'm going to be me because this is who you made me to be. Period. So 2 hours later, of course, they called me back and said, hey, we was wrong. The data wasn't correct. I said, okay. And so it's all right. Well, let me show you. Let me share with you how to collect data. You know, it's all good. It's all good. I wasn't tripping. Even though, you know, they was talking about me not having it together. I'm like, okay. So I share with you this. 10 days later, we had another meeting. And the lady that was not after me started the meeting with, I have never seen anybody handle feedback the way you did. It was coming at you. You challenged it. You said it wasn't right, and it wasn't, is what she said. And it was outstanding. So when I think about and I was like lightweight in a little battle, like a little thunderstorm. You know, I ain't my umbrella flying backwards. They sitting up there talking about this ain't right and all this and stuff. And I'm like, where my poncho at? I ain't got nothing. But I had God. You know what I mean? So the fact that I had God, I was able to go back to the Lord and be like, hey, what this is you think? This on you. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to keep doing this because I know you watching. When you know God watching, it hits different. It does. Like, you can't act no fool when you know the Lord watching. So you sitting there like, they ain't worried about who watching them, but I know who watching me. And but then when that meeting came back, and that leader and even the other two apologized, and how they commented how well I was able to help them. That is a happiness moment for me because I was able to help somebody else.
And hold your composure in the middle of it.
Yeah, when you get older, I mean, unless you really just want to be yelling, you ain't trying to yell. You just be sitting there. And when you know it's not accurate,
right?
Why are you getting upset?
Right, because you know they're gonna have to go back and check the facts.
So that helped me realize that I need to do a segment on professionalism because everybody don't know how to hold it together.
And just hold it.
Hold it.
Sometimes you got to swallow it. And not even in a professional setting, just at all. Dealing with people, you don't always have to have the last word. You don't always, people don't always have to know what you're thinking.
And I want to be, I put myself in a leadership role, right? Like what you're doing, like this podcast, this happiness coaching. This is an appointment of leadership. And I want to make sure that in my process of helping others, that I help empower and build leaders, because that's what the whole MBA program is. People are leading people in these workplaces that doesn't have an MBA, and they're thinking, hey, I need to do this, I need to do that. They think they're leading somebody, but true leadership is empowering everybody around you to be great.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, people just, I don't know. I feel like when I do things or things come across my path, that inspires me to do a podcast.
Right.
Or short video.
It does. Short video. And, you know, short video or something. Just constantly doodling, writing something down in my phone, something. Like, oh, yeah. Like, you know, say this, or this is a thought, or this is a good word to share with people, or whatever. If you could describe your life in 3 words, what would they be and why?
Okay, so I'm 50 years old, so that's 50 years. Determined. I'm gonna start it one at a time. I gotta start one at a time because I can't remember everything. You gotta start it once now. We gotta start. Say one, stop. Say another, stop. Say the third one, stop. So determined. Determined. I would say determined because from what I'm hearing from people that have known me all my life, is that I've always been determined. You know, my sister, she's 14 years older than me. My siblings are all teenage years older than me. And they have shared stories with me that have blown my mind that I was doing at 3 years old. Even cousins at my uncle's funeral. My sister said at 3, I came in her room with a cash register and a pencil behind my ear, and she's never seen a child look at a cash register with so much determination. and so much focus with that pencil behind my ear. My cousin told me at my uncle's funeral 2 months ago that my grandmother had me reading the newspaper at 3. And she didn't have me reading the newspaper at 3. I wanted to read the newspaper at 3 because I saw the journalists on the news and I was fascinated, like, what they looking at? So I was like, they got to be reading the news. So the newspaper, so I asked my granddaddy for that. Then I remember always being a daydreamer. And my daydreams were always focused on success. And this was before I even got connected and tied and saved with God. I would just be able to visualize this is what I want to do, and I would be determined to do it. My education, being in college, getting into degrees, being a person that starts something and then finishes it, speaks to a determined person. And then when I got God in the mix, it elevated it. I mean, the word and all that stuff. So I would say determined. Happy. Now, happy / funny, yeah, that whole thing. I'm not talking about certified happiness coach. I'm talking about me as an individual. I've always enjoyed laughing, and I would ask somebody to repeat it 3-4 times until I could throw up laughing at it, because there must be something in my brain that gets fixated or like satisfied by laughter.
Right.
And I think about, like, my mama made me laugh. I had a favorite uncle that made me laugh. I threw up and just vomit. And I mean, just loving laughter. It's something.
It feels good.
It feels so good. And then I think about, like, all the people that I have made laugh.
Millions, I'm sure.
Millions. People they just asked me this week at work, why aren't you a stand-up? You missed your calling.
Weekends or something, child.
And I'm like, I'm not even trying to, like you just said, like, you don't even be trying to be funny. No, I'm just trying to explain to, like, what happened. And then it just trips me out when I get to this point. I start laughing. But happiness, I was voted the class clown in school. And I think that was during some of my most depressed times. Like growing up in school, losing my dad at 9. But people still said I was funny. I was. So funny and happy. And no matter what, I bounce back like a ball. Like, I've heard that a common theme with my leadership, back in Ohio, people used to say, hey, where is she going to float to when I was a float nurse? Where is she going at 3:00? We want her here. And I'm not saying it doesn't speak to my skill set as a nurse, right? But a lot of it was, we want to have a good time. Yeah. We want somebody around with a good personality. Successful. Yeah. That third word is successful. And enjoying being successful. Understanding that part of success is failure. See, that's what people don't get. They think, oh, if I'm successful, everything on my way, I'm successful. No, you got to fail to succeed. Because the failure allows you to see where you shouldn't be going.
And the failure allows you to appreciate the success.
Yes. And you ain't supposed to go over there if it ain't worked out. That ain't it. Like, you keep going over there. That ain't it. That's failure. You learn that ain't what you're supposed to do,
and don't do it no more.
But people still do it and be like, it just ain't working for me. Stop going over there. So successful in the sense of enjoying success, setting goals to be successful, putting myself in opportunities for success, in a mindset of success. Embracing no's. No's is hard, especially when you ain't got nothing and you waiting on a yes. Been there, where you're sitting there waiting on this job to call, you ain't working, and they keep telling you no, and you're like, I'm a failure. No. But then you get this yes quickly. And in that yes, you're successful. So I would say success in that I always try to figure out what's next for me. Every 10 years of my life, I was telling these people, a lot of people don't like the age, but I've enjoyed the aging process. Like, turning 50 to me was like, this is great. 40 was good. 30, I don't know. 30 was kind of like, like hitting, being on a plane and hitting the runway to stop. You know how quick them lanes stop and you feel the tail end. That because 20s had you going. 30s was okay. I got some stuff done in my 30s, but 40 and 50, it feel good. And I try to tell people like it's okay. You need to embrace this aging process. Stop wanting to still look like you 20 and 30. Even if you do look young, embrace the fact that what aging has done to your mental.
The experience, the wisdom.
The experience and the wisdom. Yeah. Yeah. So I think those are the three things.
What is success to you? What is success to you today versus your 20-year-old self? Because you say success. What is the difference between now and
So
then?
success in the 20s was competition, linked to competition. You know what I mean? And you competing with everybody, and you feel like if you win, you're successful in your competition with clothing men, getting men, or whatever. So back then, that you was playing, people played, it was playing. We was playing, child. You know, we was playing. We was playing games. We was compete with everybody to be successful or pretending to be successful. In your 20s, I feel, because I run across people now to be lying. They're young too. They be lying. They be lying, and it's all about the image. To look like I'm successful. I don't want to have to do the work because me doing the work means that I'm not successful. Me just waking up success. You know, it's a whole different mindset when you're young. But success at this point is looking back and saying, I worked hard and I earned it. It's locked in different.
Right.
That is success. Like, you know what? I'm about to, you know, lock in. I'm about to do what I got to do. I'm about to put this time in. So when I get it, I know I'm going to get it because I'm determined, right? But when I get it, shoot, that can't nobody take it away from me.
And it's a
I earned
personal thing versus what anybody else sees.
Yeah. I don't need nobody to tell me like, oh, good job. Hey, you did it.
Because they probably don't mean it any damn way.
They don't mean it, girl. You know they don't mean it. They still trying to figure out how you did it.
And sometimes it could be your own peers, because I've noticed that it goes beyond, especially in the social media age, the appearance of things, appearance of what this looks like and that looks like is beyond the years. Because you got 60-year-olds and 30-year-olds and 15-year-olds doing the same thing, this facade to try to make it appear as though life is perfect. Right. And I think that is detrimental, especially to the teens and young adults that are seeing this and thinking that's what life is and that there are no hard times. And then when they hit hard times, it hits them harder because they feel like they're alone or they feel more like, because it's already a major thing to deal with when you're dealing with the lows of life. But when you feel like you're the only one and that the whole world around you is doing well because that's what you see and that's what you saturate yourself with, that can be detrimental to mental health and growth and progress because you're holding on to what you thought might be and not paying attention to your own life and your own experiences and not realizing what you're seeing is a facade. Nobody's happy all the time.
No, they're not. But you know, this
nobody's
guy
successful all the time.
No, and this guy asked me at work. He was like, we was walking to the garage and he was talking about people. You know, he was saying something like what you were saying. I was like, well, what about me? And he was like, I often wonder. He had an accent too. I often wonder. People that is always happy all the time. What is it like at home? And he looks at me and I was like, I'm happy at home. I laugh. I'm upbeat because I set my house to be a happy house, right? But there are times where I'm sitting there like, scratching my head, thinking, I'm sad, crying, things like that. But for those age groups, the 15 to 30 and the 60-year-olds that are all caught up in an image, my word of advice would be stop lying.
Stop lying.
They lying.
Because you can't, because that lie actually hurts you more in the end. When you have to sit with yourself at the end of the day, or when you have to come around and continue the lie, it gets harder and harder to do that.
And for me, I got to stop laughing at the liars. Because I laugh at them. I laugh at the liars. I sit there. They're everywhere. They're at work. They're in the family. They're in the communities. They just on TikTok. When I see people and I'm thinking, this is the worst. Social media has created a lot of liars.
Liars and hurt people.
I mean, the people that, and this is the sad part, is these These people be up there dressed to the gods. Okay? They doing all the things on social media to get a like or whatever. And I'm a social media like fan. I'm not against social media. But they ain't got nothing. As soon as they get done off social media, they kind of ask you for $50. The kids ain't got nothing. I'm like, why was you just lying on social media? Like, stop lying. Be real. And that's one of the things. I'm going to do a short video, probably today, on if you have some type of habit, smoking, drinking, gambling, shopping, and you have made it known to people that you got these habits because you on social media blazing and smoking and drinking and partying and hey, don't come and ask me for no money. Don't come and ask somebody for no money. People are ignoring you for a reason, boo. Don't get mad.
The thing is, they shouldn't even want to call it. You done put this out there. Why are you calling anybody asking them for anything at all?
Because of the delusion of the yeah.
Like we ain't see it.
They people text me. I think, can I borrow? Can I? I said, check back in 2028. Don't know
Not
because
2028.
Because then you have to tell people like, don't call me when you just want something. And I see you on social media with a whole addiction. Now I'm not saying you know like you doing hard stuff because the hard stuff people ain't got time for social media, right? But you putting on an image like, yeah, I'm blazing, we smoking, we doing it, and you ain't got no savings.
You don't have the money to buy what you blazing and drinking.
That's a whole different conversation.
That is.
That's a podcast in itself. Because folks need some help. But I think what I'm going to have to do with that is I'm going to have to capture them in a video. Because I need some young people to catch this. You know what I mean? Like, where are you going to go? Like, you're going to be my age still perping.
If you make it.
If you make it.
If you make it. That part. Because they don't really value life like we used to. What is a memorable piece of advice that you've been given that you use in your life daily?
Woman of God, it's not all about you. If you think it is, you will self-destruct. That came to me when I was about 23 years old. I had just got saved at the altar, dressed up. I had a long rap, honey. You couldn't tell me none. I lost Weight Watchers. I was count points every week just to look good. You hear me? And then God saved my soul. Girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. It was about me. And I remember this lady coming to the church preaching. And I was standing at the altar with my hands up, my eyes closed. And she came and whispered that in my ear.
Just to you.
Just to me. It's not all about you. So what I do when I see people that talk like me, and their world is self-destructing around them, the me ain't getting them nowhere. They're right there with them, me, right there. I tell them that. It ain't all about you. You're going to self-destruct that way. And I share with them first that story about me because I think that particular moment in my life with that lady saying that to me executed my ministry, my purpose. Because sometimes you walk around thinking, what is my purpose? What is my give back? What's my give back? Okay, nursing is my ministry when you're sick, but what's my give back when I'm walking down the street and, hey, you know, watering my grass and my flowers?
Right.
What's my give back? And because I don't have any children and I haven't been married yet, God hasn't put my Boaz in front of me, but I have to realize it ain't all about me. So that has helped me mentally. When people sitting there like the feedback conference that they had, I had to like, I just realized this ain't about me. These people.
Right. What I've learned ain't nothing really about us. Even when we're doing something that seems like it's for us, it's really for somebody else. It's really for the people around. It's really for others, to reach others, to teach others, to be an example for others of what to do, what not to do, all those things.
And I love taking the focus off of me. I feel like that's part of the confidence.
I love not having to focus on me.
Yeah.
I have so much to.
Yeah.
I'm a wallflower when I go out places and stuff. I don't focus on me.
But do you know what happens when I'm not focused on me? Which I don't even. People just gravitate to me. But nothing hit like woman of God. It ain't all about you. If you think it is, you're going to self-destruct.
And you remember those words?
Every day. Every day. And that's what makes me go out and give who I am to people. Like, I just want people to have it. I just want people to be like exposed to it. Because I kept hearing this common theme all my life, like, you're like a breath of fresh air. You walk into a room and it light up. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you.
Do you accept that? Do you embrace that?
At first I thought, like, what's wrong with me? Because there was not people like this. Like, growing up as a Midwesterner, you ain't got all that. They got to get to know you before they start being a breath of fresh anything for you. But to always hear that as a common thing, one day I looked in the mirror and accepted it.
I am learning to accept me fully and not trying to morph and change into anything else or be anything else, and just love who I am, how I am right now.
See, I see you as just cool. Like, you just glide. Like, you come down, got me out, found me in the car, get me in there. And it was just like, you was just gliding down the sidewalk. And I'm like, I had to check myself. Like, here I am with this shirt on, this hat, these shoes. And you just glide. I'm like, am I supposed to be gliding? I got some skates around here or something? This is my coaching moment, right? This is my moment to speak into you. You are cool. You are artistic. You are leadership. You are royalty. You lead by example. Like, that's what I get from you.
Thank you.
I'm not putting that, I'm not just saying that because I'm here, on your show. I'm telling you, like, from every place that I have encountered you, that's what I get. At the table in the discipleship groups, at church, the interaction, there is peace in your spirit. So this is what I say to you. When people describe you, pay attention to who it is. People will show you how to treat them. If don't know, y'all remember nothing else, remember this. Okay, remember this part. People will show you how to treat. Ain't got no sense. But for real, people, what I have learned, people gonna show you how to treat them by the way they treat you. That do unto others as they do unto you, that kind of like, that hits.
It does.
But a person will show you what's important to them. Even, and we've seen that in relationships with others. Like in a relationship with a man, oh, he don't ever want to go do this. Okay, that ain't important to him, right? People make time for what they make time for. We always hear that. But people also show you what's important to them by their actions. So we were talking about loyalty. And loyalty, if you're a loyal person and you're loyal to someone that does not value loyalty, you just walking around in a bunch of disappointment, because when they're there for you, they can't be there. They're never there. Well, you can't find nobody. Well, they got all these woo-woos and all this stuff. But instead of getting yourself in a place of disappointment, you really need to realize that's not a character. That's not important to them. So you don't have to be loyal to them. If loyalty was something that they value, they would be loyal to you. Because you got people that are loyal.
Just loyal. Regardless if they know you or not, they'll be loyal.
Right. And like the whole situation with all this stuff. Like, I'm loyal. No, I'm coming. But when people are not loyal to us, and I just use loyalty as an example, it could be any other thing. When people are not loyal to you or I or whoever, we got to stop thinking, oh, they just trying to be funny. They just trying to hurt me. They just want to piss me off. We got to start thinking it's about us, because that's how we self-destruct when we do, and realize that that's a characteristic and a value that they don't like. The story and the point that I'm trying to make is stop wasting time on people's values that are not theirs. Love them like that. So when a person call you and say, hey, can you do this? And they've already showed you they're not loyal to you, and loyalty isn't important to them, just be like, no, I can't. They can't get mad. Like, it took my drunk uncle to teach me how to talk to a man. Funniest man I know alive, but he passed away.
What did he teach you? How did he teach you that?
So this uncle was the family comedian, make you laugh till you can't breathe. Always in and out of trouble, jail. But he was really smart. He was really smart. He always had philosophies like play it from the shoulder on up. Don't be a victim of your own emotion. You ain't put together with think what you had. You're not put together with glue. All these different things. But what he taught me in my relationship with men, in addition to actually starting to like different types of men versus like what my uncles were, the street guys, that this is for the females in this listening. Because the men gonna be like, how she just gonna tell the code? A man don't like to talk on the phone every day. Women do. There's something about us that think that there is a sense of security if we talk to our dude every day. Don't get so attached to people so quick before you decide what you want to do with them.
Right.
People are, because of the desire and the need of wanting somebody to do something with, you can meet somebody and automatically say, this is my husband. Because we all done did it.
We have, but don't do it. Yeah, we have, but don't do it.
Don't do it.
No.
I done did it. And I don't even hear from these people. I don't even call these people no more.
Don't even remember their name.
I done lied to myself and blamed God for saying, God sent him to me. I'm telling you, the Lord said that's my husband. But now I move strategic.
So what I've learned is that you have to, though it may be hard, and that's why you got to wait before you move on to talking to new people and all this other stuff, is that you cannot take your past experience, that person. Take the experience, yes, because you can't help that. But don't put what the other person did on the new person. You can't take that and assign what's for Bill to Paul. Leave it with Bill and let Paul show you who Paul is.
So I've learned something different. Hey, goodness gracious. Oh, don't let my husband be listening to this podcast. So listen, there was a time where you did have to wait, right? There was a time where you're like, you been with Billy, okay? Don't go get with Jimmy, right? I don't believe in that anymore. If you do the work on you effectively, you can navigate from relationship to relationship to relationship. Let me tell you why. And I say this as a happiness coach. I'm coaching someone.
Come on.
Because you done did the work on yourself. You have identified quickly, like, this ain't it. So you're in charge of it. When you let somebody else be in charge of these relationships, yeah, you need to sit back and do some work before you move on to Billy. From Billy to Jimmy.
Paul.
Yeah, Paul. Down the Paul, right? But if you've done the work in identifying, like, first of all, I need to look at myself in the mirror and recognize who I am and describe myself to me. What are my must-haves? What are my negotiables? What do I have the emotional maturity to leave a situation when I know it's not getting me anywhere quickly? Right. How quick can I that's that sit back and listen. When you're giving everything to someone so quickly, that you go to the corner. Yeah, going over in the corner. But if you sitting back and you're like, oh yeah, he over there playing golf. Girl, he ain't nowhere but, it's Saturday, 9:00. Cracker Barrel with his 6-year-old daughter, honey, and then they're going to go to her little soccer practice. You'll know the routine because you've listened.
Right.
I met a couple of guys that's been like feeling me since I've been, here. And one told me, they was like, you different. Kind of looked me up and down and told me I was different. And I'm like, what you mean? He was like, you don't call like, you don't call me all the time. The way you talking, I said, because I've done the work on me. Why I need to call you? I got stuff to do too. I'm busy and you said you doing this and doing that. Okay, we could just talk and get to know each other as we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day we'll look at each other and be like, you know what, I'm all right. If you all right, you want to move forward?
Mm-hmm.
People move too fast.
People move too fast.
They do. And then you in it and then you like, how I get out of this?
Mm-hmm.
How I get away from this nut?
Mm-hmm.
Or they may be saying that about you, like, whoo,
Yeah, I thought different.
Oh, she cute, she can dress, she can cook. But man, once you get to a vulnerable state where you show them you, and you ain't did the work on you, that's not good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did the work on you and you know who you are, you can navigate from the relationship to relationship and be able to accept it. One of the things my uncle always said to me was acceptance is the highest form of religion. You got to accept it. That's a 12-step program on Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever. It's like, you got to accept that you're an alcoholic. You have to accept, like, this is who I am. I'm chilling. You know, I need to work on this with me. I knew when my relationships would ruin my relationships with people. It wasn't so much as getting them, it was keeping them. People can get some hollow. Some heads can turn. Can entertain some of the finest to the low downers. But keeping them was the issue for me, because when I told them all about me in the first 5 days, and then I don't hear from them, I panic. And I get to, I used to get to talking about them. And Lord forbid if their daddy didn't have no teeth in their mouth, I'd tell them to call their daddy names and all that. But I just, just hitting below the belt. But what I realized, and that pushes people away. Like, she crazy. Because you didn't entertain this person for 5 days to make them think you cool. And they say, why ain't you got somebody? And you be like, I just ain't found the right one. Or you start telling them about somebody that was with you, that you was the wrong person and how they treated you. My recommendation for women, men too, do the work on yourself. And when you meet somebody, don't be so quick to tell them all the details of your life. Learn them. Share. Don't expect nothing from them. Even if the pattern looks like, oh, we're going to talk every day for 90 days. Don't expect on the 91st day that call. No expectations. Right? If they say they're going to do something and they don't, just put it on the calendar. If they say they're going to do it in a time span of 7 days and you be like, this big line, right? Look at your calendar. Look at the facts. You don't have to be like, you didn't tell me in the last 7 days we was going to go out and you still ain't showed up. Look at your data and make a decision.
Right.
This don't move.
Because they know.
Yeah, this don't work for me. Also realize, oh God, they have a rhythm. Like guys to me, they have a rhythm.
They do.
They'll be like, I really think they got a guy calendar. Send me a picture of you. They take that picture, put it there, and be like, I'm gonna talk to her for 2 weeks. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I'm gonna get back up, and I'm gonna see how she responds in the week I don't talk to her. Because the women that responds to them like, I trust you, hit me back, like a stray cat, them are the ones that usually lock the brothers in. In that week hiatus, when we start acting like a nut, and we become victims of our emotions, and we start responding and texting, and they're not responding back because they're watching to see what all you gotta say. What's on your chest? Oh, I know. That's deep that I done figured all this out. But men has helped me figure it out. And I'm okay with it. So now that I figured it out, I'm not the one to call you and text you. Call me, what you doing? I've had brothers be like, I thought you was going to text me.
Forgot.
And I had to go meal prep. I had to go do this. I had to exercise. I got to iron my scrubs. It take a lot. Just call me. You got the number. That's the code. But you got to do the work on yourself. And you got to know when to cut it off. Like, this ain't it. I remember one time I had told this guy to stop calling me. because he came over to my house and sat on my cocktail table. I'm having a little gathering at the house. He liked me. I already knew he wasn't my type. Because like the brother was drinking beer and smoking cigarettes. Like, we're going to argue every day because that cigarette smoke going to get on my nerve. And I don't even want to make you unhappy. And I told him that like on day one. But he really liked me. My homegirls is there, and this brother come in there. I got, like, my house is set up to sit about 14 people in one room, and we only had 6 people there. This brother sits on my cocktail table, spills his beer on my floor. One of my homegirls says to me, I think he was just nervous because he really liked you. I say, ain't nobody that nervous where they done passed 12 chairs to sit on a cocktail table. But nobody else sitting on
no
cocktail
table closest to you?
No.
Oh, I was trying to make us.
The cocktail table was close to the couch. They had 4 other spots there. He sat on the cocktail table. So listen. So after he left, they had to leave. After he left, I'm sitting there, so I got to make an executive decision. I'm going to tell this brother, don't call me no more. One of my friends was like, wow, wait, just give him another chance. I said, why? I already know we ain't there's nothing here.
If he waste my time.
Yeah, if he's sitting on my cocktail table and he didn't let his Coors Light spill on my floor.
And the fact that he even drinking Coors Light. Go ahead.
Yeah. We ain't got nothing in common. This ain't going nowhere. Like, that's the problem. People still want to hold on to stuff that they already identified ain't going nowhere. So I called him as soon as he left. So I gotta do it. I didn't have no emotions to it. I said, hey, everything okay? Y'all left quickly. Yeah, I'll tell you about it. I said, well, no. Don't call me no more.
What he said?
Say less.
That's what
he said. And hung up. And we never talked again. He said, say less. Because we had only known each other for like a week, a couple of weeks. Hung out a couple of times. But he probably, like, he wasn't emotional. He tried to act like he was. Up until the point that I told him, don't call me no more. And he was like, say less. And I was like,
all right, then.
That's it. I ain't got to say nothing else. Click, hung up. I said, I wish you the best. But it was a mature decision because had I just kept dealing with him, it was going to get worse. So it's just things by knowing you know what you want. Of course. And sometimes you just got to wait it out. But it's also good to practice. So you can know how strong your cutoff game is. Right. Like, oh, this ain't going to work. And make an executive decision. And then you'll know who is the right one. You generally will. Yeah. But I think we don't have to really wait to heal from a relationship with Billy to go to Paul when we didn't already know, like, that wasn't it no more. You got to accept it and go on. Having God just be so good to you.
He does. He is awesome.
Like, who is it? Who is it? Who is the one? Because I have been on this journey my whole life, dating knuckleheads, and getting things in the process of dating these knuckleheads, getting things that I know only came from God. Breaks. People, me being single, people helping me because I was single. Right. Telling me like, oh, don't you just call me. I'll be here for you. That would be a little money. Or here's this interest rate, or here's this opportunity. So I'm like, when I think about it, would this still have been in my pathway had I had a husband who was like, no, wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. They sound like Billy Corn on the cob. Wait a minute now. I just want to wait a minute. But the fact that God was there, who is he? Who could, you can't outdo him.
No, you can't outdo him.
Can't outgive him. So who is he that's going to treat me?
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Somebody had said that you just have to wait on the love of your life that the love of your life has for you, because God is the love of our life, right? So you know that whoever that is that he has for us will be top tier.
Yeah.
Just for us.
Just for us. It'll probably blow me away.
It's gonna blow you away.
Like, for real?
It's gonna blow you away.
Yeah. And I think I'm getting closer and closer to it.
And it's gonna be very quick.
I think I'm getting closer and closer to it because I had to process if that's what I wanted. Because I'm like, I feel like the gingerbread man. I can go do what I want to do. I don't have to report to anybody. I don't have to like split my money with nobody or my bills, my responsibilities. No explanations. I can pray when I want to pray.
Right.
But I feel like God is like winding that down.
And then when he does, you won't feel like any burdens or anything like that.
Is that your 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Any burdens.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me. I know what turned into an hour turned into 3, girl. You are an excellent podcast
Thank
host.
you. Do you have any final words? Any message to the world?
Identify your happiness and what makes you happy. And if you need help identifying that, holla at your girl, Arlu Ready.
And so if anyone wants to get in contact with you for your happiness coach or for entrepreneur in innovation, how would they do that?
They can do one or two ways. They can either go to my website and request, answer questions there, which is the Arlu Ready Happiness Podcast Coaching. I get so confused with that sometimes. But if you just Google Arlu Ready, it'll pop up.
And it's RLEW Ready.
Yep, with a question mark. Or they can email me at arluhappy2@gmail.com.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of 1188 Outside the Box Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Also, check out our website at 1188outsidethebox.net for more information about us and also to shop our collection. Until next time, remember that growth ain't optional, y'all. It's a lifestyle.